One thing that has come to my attention as a yoga practitioner and a meditation practitioner, which I know we all are, to some extent, we all have different things that help us get in a present state of mind and let go of basically stress. And a big issue in our society right now is overtaxing of our adrenal glands, and that causes a lot of stress, as well as chemicals released in our brain that cause aging and all these other things. So without getting into the science of it, I am just wondering, kind of in the recent light of terrorist attacks and things like this that we're kind of always kept amped and ready for in our society these days, how do we what is the importance of moving from a fear-based mentality to one of a solution-based mentality? And is that a societal thing that we are affecting? And if so, how? And how can we encourage people that are watching this and saying, yes, I care about all these issues, what do I do? Because it can feel overwhelming sometimes, and so just throwing that out to you, that very easy, straightforward question to do what you will with.
Question. Such an easy answer. Well, I'll start off by saying it's not as it's the question of your life. That's what I believe is, how do we make it simple and not be stressed out about everything that's going on? And it's always very stressful, and knowing that these things are happening across the world and there's mayhem going on and people in all sorts of different wars, we need to bring it home a lot. For me, is what I do, is I like to bring it back to the house, back to myself, and realize that this is where we need to start, and we need to be true to ourselves and actually say, all right, this is what's going to help me out, this is how I'm going to move forward, and then how can we go from there, and then show people how can we actually stay in our good state of mind and stay in our happy spot, happy zones, if we want to call it that, and be not stressed out by everything, and show people that we don't need to be in a war, that we can actually have a good communication with our neighbors and actually not have to do any sort of fight over any possible religion, politics, any of that, and we could just show people by our example. And just being farmers and being with the land, that really helps. Getting into the dirt is a very peaceful meditation thing to do, just to get in there and you really lose track of what's going on outside. And it's a really nice way to actually give back to the earth. When people ask me, where do I go to church? I tell them I go to church every day. It's out in my yard, and I actually give thanks to Mother Nature every single day. And my daughter is asking me that a lot, who's 6 years old. Why don't we go to church? And so this is our church, and we do give back to our church all the time, which is our earth and our land and our food. So it's really fun to see how people get different religions and everything that they like to do. So showing people that what you're doing is good, whatever way you're doing it, it's okay. Your cat. Cat's religion. Yours snuggling.
But that brings something up for me, because I think, when you say you bring it home and you're, we have to counteract these feelings of fear and terror, and we have to counteract those with, peace and love and, kindness. And I always say that one of my mottos is that there's no issue too big to not be kind. And I try to keep that in mind when I get upset or when I feel like I need to talk to somebody about that, because I feel like it's far more effective. And although I wish that the whole world felt that way, again, I have no control over that. I can only work with my own being and my community to bring those values together. And so that's what I do. And, you know, if you pull my hair, I just gonna have to just, you know, you won't get the cuddles anymore or something.
He's like, I love your
gosh.
hair.
I'm sorry, buddy. But yeah, I feel like it's really important to focus on how we communicate when we're angry and how we communicate even when we're not angry, and a lot of that comes from focusing on developing our own sense of gentleness and kindness and peace and love within ourselves. And although I wish that could influence the world on a greater whole, I feel like it influences the people that I interact with within a day, and I think that's the best I can do for now.
Just to kind of tie that back together, to stay inspired to do something or to even think that we can make a difference, we just simply can't stay inspired if we're in a fear or stress response state. So I think both of you said it, just that doing what we love is the answer, and sharing that with the people we love and even the people we don't love, right?
They're even more.
But if we're in a fear state or if we're in this triggered state, we can't stay inspired to do that. So really important. And I think something that people in our consciousness movement sometimes neglect, and actually just kind of pinpoint a new consciousness career into the same stress level, the same kind of gotta do it, gotta be the best, you know, and we're still just not in that communal giving. When we're giving, it's a different feeling than when it's getting, achieving, must-haves. And that's one thing I always appreciated about coming to this farm, because it was just obviously from the heart, and we can all feel that.